Travis Wayne Goodsell. The Salt Lake Tribune broke news today about Elder Stevenson of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, is involved in an ugly financial scandal. There's a Mormon company that's about to go live on the stock market. I don't know the terminology. It's a health products company of some kind. Obviously, nobody knows about it because it's not yet on the stock market. But once it goes live, it's set to make Stevenson a billionaire. Because he's heavily invested. And of course, Mormons would think, no big deal, they can do whatever they want, leave us alone, religious freedom. But there's crimes involved. If you're familiar with the Mormon leaks of Elder Irene at the time's pay stub, he gets a living allowance. And despite the living allowance, which is church money to support his lifestyle, he gave tithing back to the church. That's not just a protection racket, but that's also money laundering. So multiple crimes with Irene, as that was not made a big enough deal when it was leaked. My home teachers brought it to my attention. I knew nothing about it, and would not have known anything about it unless I stumbled across it years later on YouTube. But yeah, they were trying to justify it for me, as if they needed to justify it in the first place. I made no response. They told me and then immediately went right into their justification. They've got to make a living. They're supposed to be retired. How old are they? What were they doing as careers to need government assistance or church assistance? And oh, they're paying tithing on top of that. So yeah, if it hadn't have been for a Mormon leaking it to me, I would have never known. So thanks. Maybe that's why Nelson did away with home teaching. Stop all these leaks in the church. And so Stevenson, likewise, is paying tithing on his stock investment. It's a gambling institution, and you're not supposed to pay tithing on gambling winnings. But it's called the stock market, so it's not gambling. We've changed the word. And so yeah, there's going to be money laundering and more involvement with the protection racket of tithing. These are crimes, guys. The prophets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are involved in crimes. The Salt Lake Tribune also brought up that Stevenson's case is unique because the prophets have had a long-standing tradition to avoid such financial criminal exposure for their personal lives. They'll leave it to the church as an entity to be involved in those criminal scandals instead, as the whistleblower for Ensign Peak Advisors has laid out so beautifully for us. And yet the church is still getting away with their crimes. And so they don't want prophets putting the church at risk by doing something that can potentially involve insider trading, and connect to the church with protection racket and money laundering and other such financial crimes that are very likely to happen. So, yeah, that's the breaking news. The prophets of Jesus are committing crimes. And so, again, I remind you, tip line for the FBI online. Inform them that you are being forced in a protection racket to pay tithing to the church. Otherwise, you are punished. As those of you who are ex-Mormons know very well, you stop paying tithing and you're still being attacked by the Mormon Church and its members. So, do your duty and whistle blow. I've already done it.